It's Destiny, and today we'll be going over each banner in version 4.3 and who you should consider pulling. I'd love to know which character you're the most excited for in 4.3, and if you'd like to see some more Star Rail content from me, consider subscribing to the channel. And with all the upcoming characters, you may be thinking about purchasing Honeric shards, and I wanted to mention Aniba. I have been using Aniba now for a couple of months, and Aniba is in 100% compliance with Hoyoverse's policies, and is a safe way to get more pulls, and there's also cash back. All you have to do is type in your UID, pick the pack you'd like to purchase, and boom, there we go. And with Aniba's cash back, this can let you get even more pulls. All you have to do is go to your order, claim cashback, and now you can use your cashback to purchase even more Honeric shards. I wanted to say thank you to Aniba for sponsoring today's video, and now let's carry on. In version 4.3, we will have 4 banners. The first half will be Blade and Yao Guang, while the second half will feature Cyrene and Phainon. And we also know 3 characters coming in 4.4 as well, being Himeko Nova, Rin, and Gilgamesh. Let's begin with the first half banners. Our new Blade will be a Fire Nihility character who can inflict numerous debuffs onto enemies, increase the team's damage, taunt enemies, and much more. A huge portion of Blade's kit will revolve around his ultimate, as this will allow you to use his enhanced basic attack, his skill, and also take advantage of his charge mechanic. Blade's ultimate will inflict Balefire Bind to all enemies, and this will reduce all enemies' defenses and increase the damage received by enemies for 2 turns. Then Blade will consume a percentage of his HP to deploy a zone, and when this zone is active, Blade will enter the Infinite Fury state. As for what this state does, it'll increase Blade's crit rate and crit damage, as well as enhance his basic attack, unlock his skill, and gain a new ultimate. Additionally, when receiving a killing blow, Blade will not be knocked down. Instead, he will just dispel his zone and restore HP equal to 50% of his max HP. Now, the Infinite Fury state will have a countdown that will appear on the action order, and at the start of the countdown's turn, the zone will be dispelled and Blade will exit the Infinite Fury state. As for Blade's new ultimate, it'll deal damage equal to a percentage of his max HP to all enemies, and Blade's ultimate being active is a crucial part of his kit. This also applies to his talent as well. When the zone is active, after every attack an ally uses on an enemy, it'll inflict the Balefire Bind state to that enemy and grants 1 charge to Blade. Now, when Blade reaches 9 points of charge and his current HP is above 1, he will consume 9 charge, regenerate energy, and this enables Blade to use his skill 1 extra time. This extra skill will be considered as a follow-up attack. As for Blade's skill, he'll consume a percentage of his max HP and deal fire damage equal to a percentage of his max HP to all enemies, and additionally deal 4 instances of damage to 1 random enemy. This skill does not consume skill points, and if Blade is not in the Infinite Fury state, he cannot use this skill. So you need to ensure that Blade has his ultimate zone active. A nice perk about Blade though is that he can accumulate up to 80 overflow energy, and after using his ultimate, it'll clear it and regenerate a corresponding amount of that energy. And when the battle starts, or when his zone is dispelled, if his energy is below 75%, it'll immediately be regenerated to 75%, and when Blade's energy is regenerated to the maximum, all debuffs will be dispelled. It's also worth noting that when this zone is active, it'll increase Blade's chances of being attacked, decrease the damage taken, and increase incoming healing. After being attacked, this will also inflict the Balefire Bind state onto enemies and enable Blade to gain 1 charge. So Blade will gain charges from allies attacking enemies or from enemies attacking Blade. As for additional perks of the zone, when the zone is active, allies will deal increased damage, and if there are any other Nihility characters besides Blade on the team, the ultimate damage dealt by allies will increase. Otherwise, the damage dealt by Blade will increase. Lastly, Blade's technique will inflict taunt onto all enemies for a turn and decrease the damage taken by Blade for 2 turns. Overall, Blade provides great debuffs for teams and can deal considerable damage himself, and when it comes to Blade's team synergies, he will be one of the best partners for Acheron and provides a great upgrade for her. Blade will be able to get Acheron a stack whenever he gets hit or when allies attack enemies, as you'll be consistently reapplying the Balefire Bind state onto enemies. So this results in Blade not only getting charges, but also Acheron getting stacks for her ultimate. As a result, Blade can help with Acheron using her ultimate more frequently, and also inflicts numerous debuffs onto enemies that will benefit Acheron, and also being able to increase the ultimate damage dealt by allies if there are 2 Nihility characters on the team. Acheron can take advantage of this. As a result, Blade will be one of the best partners for Acheron, and when it comes to alternative teams, you can use Blade with Asheville. Asheville and Blade will be a nice synergy, and you can even use Asheville on a team with Acheron and Blade. Asheville will be able to attack frequently, which will get more charges for Blade, resulting in Acheron being able to take advantage of this for her ultimate, and also Blade being able to take advantage of that extra skill to deal more damage onto enemies. Of course, though, you can also use Blade with Asheville and then an alternative third character and then your sustain. As for alternative teams, you can also consider using Blade with Archer, Fei Xiao, the Herda, Casterus, Evernight, and much more. And overall, Blade will be an excellent option for those who wish to improve their Acheron and can be utilized on other teams as well. Now, as for Yao Guang, she's a physical elation character who can provide elation buffs for the team, ult type res pen, inflict vulnerability onto enemies, and most importantly, she can trigger Aha Instant with her ultimate, resulting in more elation skills being triggered, and this can help with getting Silverwolf more MMR and Certified Banger, or Evanescia more Certified Banger and Energy. For a quick overview of Yao Guang's kit, her skill will deploy a zone that will increase all allies' elation based on her elation. Her ultimate will gain Punchline, trigger Aha Instant with a fixed amount of 20 Punchline, and increase all allies' ult type res pen for 3 turns. Her elation skill will damage enemies, inflict Woe's Whisper onto them, which is a vulnerability debuff, and this results in the entire team being able to deal more damage onto enemies, and she will also regenerate 1 skill point after her elation skill. Lastly, when Yao Guang possesses Certified Banger, after an ally uses an attack, it'll trigger the Great Boon effect, dealing 1 additional instance of 20% elation damage of the corresponding type to 1 random hit enemy. And if the attack consumes skill points, it'll additionally trigger Great Boon 1 time. When it comes to Yao Guang's value, I would highly recommend her if you are currently building your elation team and haven't been able to pick her up just yet. Now, for those who already have Yao Guang and may want to vertically invest a bit into their elation team, E1 will increase the fixed amount of punchline to 40 from the Aha Instant from her ultimate, and now when allies deal elation damage, they will ignore 20% of the enemy's defenses. This Eidolon can be a nice consideration for Silverwolf teams or Evanescia teams. Overall, a very nice Eidolon to consider when it comes to vertical investment. Now, for Phase 2, we have Cyrene and Phainon. Cyrene is able to provide true damage for her team. She gives a unique buff to each Chrysosaur and is currently one of the best characters for a Mono Remembrance team, which consists of Cyrene, Casterus, Evernight, and Hyacinth. For those who wish to complete their Mono Remembrance team and may have missed Cyrene on her first release, this can be a nice opportunity to pick her up to complete the team. Another nice perk of Cyrene is that, let's say you play multiple Chrysosaurus teams, you can use Cyrene on one of those teams, and for the other team, use the other supports on your account. And when it comes to vertically investing in Cyrene, Cyrene's E2 nicely assists with getting her ultimate very early on in the fight, as when she enters combat, she will gain 12 points of recollection. On top of this, for each different ally that gains the Memo Sprite skill buff from Cyrene, the damage multiplier of the true damage dealt by allies with her skill zone will increase by 6%, up to a max increase of 24%. As for Phainon, he's a physical destruction DPS who revolves around his Core Flame and Scourge mechanic. Phainon gains Core Flame when he is a target of any target's ability, and once Phainon has 12 Core Flame, he'll be able to transform and deploy a zone that departs other characters on the field. Phainon will now have 2 enhanced skills and 1 enhanced basic attack he can utilize. His enhanced basic attack will gain 2 Scourge and deal damage to an enemy and adjacents. His first enhanced skill will gain Scourge by an amount equal to the number of enemy targets present and 1 stack of Soul Scorch. Then causes all enemies to immediately take action, and after they take their actions, Phainon will launch a counter attack onto them. As for Phainon's enhanced skill, Foundation Star Death Verdict, for every Scourge consumed, you'll deal 4 instances of damage, with each instance dealing physical damage based on Phainon's attack to 1 random enemy. Now, if you consume 4 Scourge, this will additionally deal physical damage equal to 450% of Phainon's attack, and this damage is evenly distributed to all enemies. Ideally, you would do this attack when you can consume 4 points of Scourge. Now, when it comes to Phainon's value, with the other supportive options in 4.3 as well as what's to come in 4.4, I would say he is a lower priority pickup. For those who already have him though, and he's one of your favorite DPS, his E2 is a powerful DPS Eidolon to further enhance his damage and playstyle. His E2 will increase his physical res pen, and when he consumes 4 Scourge to use Foundation Stardeath Verdict, he'll gain 1 extra turn. This is huge for his damage output and allows him to become a stronger DPS as a result. Now, when it comes to who to pull, if you are playing Elation teams, I would heavily recommend Yao Guang as your priority. If you aren't playing Elation teams, then Blade is a very strong option for improving your Acheron, and as mentioned, he can be used with other DPS characters as well. And Cyrene is great for mono remembrance teams or being used alongside other Chrysosairs. If you want to improve your Acheron, I would recommend picking up the upcoming Blade. As for Phainon, I would have him at a lower value, especially with the powerful supports in 4.3. And if you're unsure about Phase 2 of 4.3, before you pull, I would recommend waiting for more information on 4.4, which features Himeko Nova, Rin, and Gilgamesh. In Phase 2 of 4.3, we will have the 4.4 livestream and learn more about each of these characters, which I'll also give my thoughts on each of them as well. Overall though, I'd love to know which character you're pulling from 4.3 or 4.4, and stay tuned for Blade showcases coming very soon. If you enjoyed today's video, consider subscribing to the channel, leave a like to support today's video, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace.